Hello guys, sorry for the scuffed video setup. I'm recording with my phone because I don't really have that much time, to be honest, since I have my finals and everything. But yeah, a lot of you asked me if I would be able to do a little tutorial on a song called My Lover's on the Pier by Sid Matters, since that's what was originally planned on this channel, that I do some covers and stuff and explain them. Yeah, I might as well do that. I will show you some close-ups and explain how I did it. The first thing I want to mention is Jonathan always plays in strange tunings or not standard tunings. He like fiddles around with some weird notes and changes them on the guitar. That's also what happened here probably in this song. It is actually an open D tuning, I think, so I can show you here. It is E, B, E, G sharp, B, E. But you gotta keep in mind, I also have the capo on 2nd fret. So it essentially is an open D tuning, I think. It took me a long time to get that tuning. We basically have a Discord where everyone talks about Sid Matters stuff. So any Sid Matters fan can join there. So you too. Everyone thought that it was another tuning, and after some trying, a lot of trying actually, I found out that this string is also changed, so this led to this tuning. Enough rambling, I'm gonna just show you how to play the song. So first I'm gonna show you how to play it fast and then really slow. So that's the whole thing. That's what you heard in my cover, pretty much. I played it with another guitar, but the cover me and my friend did, I played it exactly like that. Essentially what he's doing in that strange tuning, he puts his first finger on the 11th fret and the second finger on the 12th fret on the G string. Sorry for the string names. I hope you can see it well. So, and the picking pattern is changed always a little bit, but in general it is. So, so he starts with that scheme, or yeah, however you call it. So it's kind of cascading down. And then at the end he does this variation, so with the pull-offs, so he does this. So that is just a typical folk picking pattern. So it's not Travis picking, he always picks the bass note once, which is pretty standard, but this cascading thing is actually pretty difficult. So I change it around with 2 fingers. You can also play it with 3 fingers, but I think it's pretty difficult to like play twice with the 3rd finger. So that, I think that's pretty difficult, so I do it with 2 fingers and just change them around. Second time around, he doesn't do that scheme, so he doesn't do it. He doesn't repeat that the second time, he just does. The first time around, the second time. He goes to the strange thing. So he continues cascading down to this other shape, which is pretty similar, except it's actually the first one as here. So it's just a minor shape, I think. So yeah. same. And then he does this weird... I think in the original, he actually does... I think he stays on those two, but it's so unclear to hear, and I think he changes it up sometimes. So pretty much, he just slides up with 2 fingers. I use the 3rd and 4th because it's easy to use the other fingers then. Place them twice. I actually do this, so I also play this one here, which is like a 7th, yeah, a 7th shape. And then he just plays the open strings, so... It's not really important what exactly you do there. It's more important to have that major sound there of the open strings. And then he... That's pretty difficult. He just plays with 3 fingers here. At least I think so. It sounds pretty close to me. So he does this in total. Which sounds pretty difficult, but it actually isn't when you have it down, because the picking pattern is pretty simple. One thing to keep in mind, be aware to let this one ring and let it slide down. I think that makes a huge difference in the sound. So it actually took me a while to record that pretty well on the original my cover. So what I mean by that is you have to hear the slide. So you know, so you have this motion. So it's not... You really have to hear the slide. That makes a huge difference. I hope you can hear that really well. It's a quiet guitar, but... And yeah, so the difficult part is to get those 3 hits down. And really fast. Those 3 hits are pretty difficult, I think. So yeah, that's essentially the worst part. It just always stays the same. In the end, he just repeats it once. So that's the end of the verse, and now we come to the chorus. The bridge, or chorus part, sorry, starts with this shape. And that was really difficult to figure out, because live you can't see shit how he plays it. It's so difficult to see. But there's like one live video, which is really shaky, where you can see he plays it here. So he does the typical... He plays it on the 11th fret, first finger on the 6th string, second finger on the 3rd string, and third finger on the 2nd string. And he at first only plays those 2, so the 6th and the 2nd string, and he does kind of the same pattern as before. So the pattern is So yeah, I'm not really good at explaining this, but in my opinion, by hearing, you should be able to figure it out. So if you have questions, just leave them in the comments. But pretty much the pattern is a standard Travis picking. It might take a while to get it down, but if you have it once, it's pretty simple. And that's for all the chords. So first chord is that. Second chord is this strange one, or this strange shape. Actually, funny enough, for any Samaras fans in here, I haven't figured out how to which tuning Jonathan used on the Il Jackson original version. So I personally think it is in the exact same tuning as this one with cape on the 2nd fret, because this chord sounds really similar if you put it to major, in my opinion, like Il Jackson, which I think is pretty cool, but I'm not sure yet. 2nd finger on the 6th string, 3rd finger on the 4th string, 1st finger on the 3rd string, and 4th finger on the 2nd string. Yeah, so you have this shape. Again, same picking pattern. Last second you pull this one off, so the fourth finger, so the 3rd shape of the chorus is on the 9th and 7th fret of the 6th string and the 3rd string with the 3rd finger and the 1st finger. That's what I do, but you can do whatever. So yeah, these names drive me crazy, holy shit. But yeah, and it's again the same pattern. And in the end, we come back to this position here, but we played a little. So it's essentially, again, 3rd finger on the 2nd string, but 2nd finger on the A string. But actually, you could leave this off because you don't really play the A string actually, because you can play it open too, so it doesn't really matter. I think it sounds better open. I just put it on there to block the string pretty much. You can also just leave it a little bit off, so that it doesn't get in the way. And back to the 1st shape. 2nd. So that's the whole chorus pretty much. In the end, the live, he actually has his pick in there. He gets it and does the scratchy bit in the whole part, and then he improvises with the chords. But that's not the album version. Live he does, then switches to this. So essentially does the same thing as in the verse, just with strummed chords. So yeah, pretty simple. So now to the ha 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 part, where they just sing in different registers. So that's the whole thing pretty much. It starts with 2nd finger on the 5th string, a hammer-on. Then you play the 4th string open, so back to the 5th string, so then you still have it on there, keep everything, ring it out and play with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, pull off, and then open strings, D and G. So that, and a hammer on the 2nd fret, 6th string. So and you can use whatever fingers you want. I use 3 fingers here because it's pretty fast, but it depends on what you want. So yeah, and also important to note, he starts with the same kind of pattern, but with a hammer on always. And the 3rd time around, he goes back to the other pattern. So, and then the same as in the verse. So, back to the third shape. So pretty much this whole section is the same as the verse, but it starts on the second shape, pretty much, and doesn't use the first shape that we used in the verse. And then here it is unclear what he does, because it's inaudible with all the noise and all the different layerings of guitars and synths and stuff. So pretty much what I figured out, he just slides up here, slides down, and then plays the last shape. So, but I actually think he does play something here. So he probably plays something. Plays probably open strings, or maybe does this shape. That could actually be. He could be playing the first shape, which he actually doesn't play for a long time. So he could play like that. I'm sorry for the bad explanation, because I'm not really sure there, but that's what I think he does there. Na 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 na. And last off, he pulls this one off, so just plays the open string. So yeah, and then it's back to the and it ends on this slide. So yeah, pretty simple song, hard to figure out what he's doing. It took me a long time. So yeah, if you have any questions, just ask in the comments. This is the first time I've ever done a tutorial like this, so yeah, tell me what you think.